What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Kid Icarus Uprising. In the last episode the main character almost died, and in this episode, well, we're gonna take on chapter 22, Scorched Feathers. And we're gonna dump this down to 4.0 because I am bad at this stage.
I'm out of here!
More specifically, I'm bad at the boss, but yeah, we're playing as Dark Pit.
Pit is still unconscious. With his wings burned up, he can't last much longer. But I thought of a way to save him.
Of course you did.
We both owe Pit. You know that. Think of the sacrifices he made to save the both of us.
Alright. Then what's the next step?
Go to the City of Souls. It's just a little ways ahead. It's the place where souls make their final passage into death. Or back into life.
Oh, I get it. You want to turn back the clock and cheat death. Raising the dead, keeping the near dead alive. It's pretty dirty business.
I know the stakes, but we don't have a choice.
Hey, weren't you two just at war with each other?
Mind your own business. I'm not so petty that I can't extend an olive branch at a time like this.
Thank you, Verity. And thank you for helping Pit when I couldn't.
Just so you know, this is not a hug it out moment.
Yeah, this is more of a serious type moment.
Not to hurt your feelings, but this Pit doesn't need your help. So don't expect me to suck up to you.
If your flight's unlimited, you don't have to battle on land.
So air battle only? It feels strange to say it, but I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I can't say that I agree with you, Verity. Like, only air battle is okay by me. Like, I do like fighting on the ground because obviously there is, like, more freedom to go and explore the levels, but still, being able to fly, like, indefinitely is pretty dang sweet, not gonna lie. So, that's right, there is no ground battle in this entire stage except for the boss battle, which, as I said previously, I'm very, very bad at.
What kind of city is this?
It's unlike any earthly city. The spirits of the dead gather here.
So basically, this is the Underworld.
You got it.
Oh no, Hades is back.
Oh. It's you.
Our hero's looking a little goth today. I hope the stresses of life haven't gotten you down. That would be ever so tragic.
No one's listening.
It's hilarious how you have no sense of humor. But that sourpuss attitude's gonna give you an ulcer someday, you know.
Anyway, Pitu, your understanding is correct. The Underworld is where souls go. As you know, Reapers are responsible for carrying souls.
But we've got an excess of souls these days. The Reapers can't handle them all.
So the extra souls come here?
Yes, though some just fade away, and others are, well, eaten.
Even in the afterlife, it's survival of the fittest.
That makes some sense. The weak are consumed, just as nature intended.
Yeah, to be honest though, Verity, that doesn't seem very natural to me. Like, their souls were crying out loud. They should all have the opportunity to, you know, go on to the afterlife, so not really sure that I can find the parallel there. Anyways, so, yeah, this chapter is really, really interesting because you do get to see Hades go from, like, a side character to being, like, the full-fledged villain of the game, which is really, really neat to see, especially since, like, beforehand, Hades was just sort of like a comic relief character. Like, sure, he had the Underworld Army, and that's been there since, like, the very beginning of the game, and it's always been a threat, but we really haven't been focusing on Hades himself. It's always been, like, one of his commanders, like, you know, Pandora, Thanatos, or Medusa. We've never really gone, like, after Hades, and now we're sort of getting that opportunity, and now, like, Hades' real colors are showing, and we will get to see just how much of a threat he really is, because trust me, he goes from being, like, a comedic relief to a very creepy dude very, very quickly in this chapter, and it's kind of cool to see that happen as we go through here.
Remember when I said that some souls get eaten?
Well, here's the hideous devourer of souls himself.
That doesn't sound good.
You weren't kidding about the hideous part.
Alright, so shoot, like, the giant things on top of his back.
I find him quite adorable, actually. And souls can be very delicious. Luckily, they don't possess personalities or anything like that.
What, they don't?
Of course not. Souls have no more personality than blood or bone. They're just another resource to harvest from living beings.
Your disregard for life is just astounding. Could you be any more callous?
Well, I could try. You know, souls are a bit like taffy. Sweet enough to eat, but pliable enough to mold into any shape I can imagine.
I don't even... That's just so...
I'd love to get my hands on Fatoui's soul. So dark, so chewy, so malleable. A powerful spirit like that shouldn't be wasted on old Chomper's lunch.
Honestly, Chompers doesn't really go down that fast, mainly because I'm playing on such like a low difficulty. But yeah, for whatever reason, the rest of the stage is super easy for me, except for the boss. So I'm hoping on 4.0 I can actually, you know, clear this stage, because truth be told, this is like my 4th attempt at recording this chapter, because every other attempt at a higher difficulty, I just could not beat the boss of this chapter, which is kind of sad.
Do you think Hades was serious about molding souls into other forms?
It would explain his endless supply of troops. He's making them out of souls.
Professor Palutena does it again.
So wait, if that's the case, there's no way the Underworld Army could ever lose.
Spoiler alert.
So let me get this straight. All the lives lost in battle go to building up the Underworld Army.
You got it. So the more fighting there is, the bigger my army gets. My goodness, it feels wonderful to be on the winning team.
Hold on a second. Your math is a little off. You might want to break out the brain age, pal.
I have a brain age of 24.
And that's relevant because...
Think about all the casualties there have been in this war between the gods. If Hades was right, the underworld would be way more crowded with monsters.
Then that means that one fallen soldier doesn't equal one new underworld monster. After all, creating something as corporeal as a monster would take...
A ton of souls! But that's a huge waste! It's an abomination!
Yeah, that's just about the sickest thing I've ever heard. We have to stop him.
You poor deluded things, you'll never stop me! Not my
Don't let him get under your skin.
Not a problem.
Oh geez, this is way worse than we thought.
It's been great touring the City of Souls and all, but we're here to save Pit, right?
Hey, no need to cop an attitude. Just keep moving forward.
Get a room, lovebirds.
This was a stream of souls, but so many lives have been lost that it's now a torrent. All souls need to find their final resting place down here so that life can spring anew. That's part of the natural cycle of life, but Hades keeps playing with souls. He won't let them rest. His bloodlust has thrown everything off balance.
It's like humans disrupting the balance on Earth! It's unforgivable!
You've got to be joking. All you gods and your stupid wars are the ones throwing everything off balance.
You little nothing! How dare you!
He may have a point. We have the Underworld Army out to hoard souls. We have the forces of nature trying to wipe out humanity. We have the humans continuing to exploit nature and each other. And we have us, gods, who drag the entire world into our power struggles. But it doesn't matter how this started. Now we know who's profiting from it.
Hades, left unchecked, he threatens us all!
Then our only option is to take him down.
But to do that, we're going to need Pit's help. Let's get him patched up.
So there you go. Hades has pretty much been playing us this entire game. Like, he orchestrated everything, all this conflict, all this fighting, just so he could harvest more souls and beef up his own Underworld Army. Pretty crazy, right? We definitely need to save Pit.
Up ahead is the Rewind Spring. That's where you need to go. I'll bring Pit in right next to you.
I don't know why we couldn't just, like, you know, teleport right here then.
As the name implies, the Rewind Spring can return things to their original states. But if you soak for too long, it'll rewind things too far, and that can get weird.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. So all we gotta do is just, like, dip Pit in for a little bit and we should be good.
What is going on?
Well, that worked out nicely.
Pandora.
Wow, I sure wasn't expecting that.
You can thank Dog Pit for bringing me to the Rewind Spring. He was a rebellious servant, though it seems he still served my purposes at the end. But that little parasite did steal my power. Irritating little pest. Time to exterminate you. What?
Who is that?
It's the new improved me. Oh, it's been so long since I've had a body. Eat your hearts out, ladies.
Someone's overcompensating.
Feeling a little inadequate, Verity?
Of course is. You should too. Just look at me.
I liked her better when she was just an evil blob.
She's still an evil blob underneath. She just has better hair, that's all.
So we got played again, this time by Pandora. Like, what is this, man? Plot twists everywhere. But, yeah, Pandora is definitely more than just a fresh new haircut, that's for sure. Like, she looks way different, a whole lot better than her blob self from before.
There you are, friends. I finally tracked you down. You're a stealthy bunch.
That's because I was using my power of ninjury.
Right.
What, you don't believe me?
I think that's something everyone can agree on.
Tone down the sass, little angel.
It's been a long time, Lord Hades.
And you are?
Don't tell me you've forgotten your old friend Pandora.
I don't remember you being so animated.
That's not the half of it.
If the rewind spring did this to Pandora, I shudder to think of its effect on Pity. No one wants to see him in that outfit. I better destroy the spring.
You can't do that.
Come on, Pitu! Get rid of Pandora for good!
Oh, don't you worry.
Yeah, Pandora is really no pushover this time around. Like, she takes a lot of hits.
Watch out for her heart-shaped crystal barrier. You see, it's...
Reflecting my shots back at me, right?
well, yes.
I got it. So stop telling me what to do.
Yeah, Pitu doesn't really need the extra help. He's way more of a go-getter, I guess.
This coming from the mighty Pandora?
Alright, so there we go. We successfully defeated Pandora. Finally.
You only need to dip him in.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Where am I? Pitu?
He can't fly anymore.
Fine, fine. I'll get him.
Lady Palutena! Lady Palutena!
Welcome back, Pit.
I missed you so much!
I missed you too. Let's go home.
So it seems like Dark Pit made a huge sacrifice in giving up his power of flight just so we could save our lives. And we gotta make sure that it doesn't go to waste. We're gonna do that though in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.